All right. Before we jump into session proper, there are just like two, hopefully quick things. I wanted to talk, or rather, like mention. One regarding Farenzia and that scene last time. Uh, while I do not want to do like retcon, because Kali might think that this was like a
Mhm.
okay. Basically, the mistake I made then is that yes, Farenzia did a mistake. She is a float being. Uh, However, I probably missed the mark because I didn't want to make her actively malicious. And I think like the idea of that, oh yeah, I knew that my former pupil is in the city fucking shit up and I'm not doing anything about it, uh, would kind of be like too malicious.
Mhm.
Uh,
Vela's kind of
and
more concerned with like not that she was actively being malicious, but like inaction as like
yeah, but
a
that basically in my eyes like tends to, oh god, go towards the end goal because, as they say in our world, that for the evil to succeed, wait, how does it go? That for
all you
evil,
must do is do nothing.
yes. Uh, I've been
Yeah,
thinking that.
he's kind of concerned with that also because she's been like pushing him to like be better and better, obviously. So for her to do that, and it kind of feels like to him that she has like sort of placed the responsibility of fixing her mistake fully on him. And he's kind of pissed off about that. That's kind of what he got from it. If you want it to be interpreted somewhere other way, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay, so probably the best way to tackle this, I'm gonna go with above the board information. What was the idea behind her inaction in this case?
Mhm.
Is that she partially is unable to look at the mistake, and despite everything, and despite the harshness she showed to Vale, if push comes to shove, she wouldn't be able to do the deed of like killing the bad student herself.
Mm.
Uh, so that was that. I probably toyed with the idea of like that when Vale like mentioned the werewolf, she might have started getting suspicions, but maybe she would throw in like a sentence that in old age, like her smell isn't as good as it used to be. Uh, or like, I mean, uh, essentially, what I'm getting at, like if you're fine with like how that scene played out in general and how like Farenzia was showed essentially, and if that didn't like break her character too much, and if that's fine with you, Kali, we can leave it as that, or we can like adjust it a little bit in intent and. Uh,
It seemed fine to me. Like I liked it because it kind of made her feel like she was a real person, first of all, and second of all, that she can say things and mean something else. Or like that she's sort of past facets of her are like all talk, like a facade. Because she did say to Vale that like she would cut down people with no question if they were evil. And then to be like, I can't kill my own student, it kind of makes it feel like she has exceptions to her own rules. So I was fine with it.
okay, so
And it's
yeah.
not as though he like despises her and is going to leave the order. He's just
Mhm.
upset at her
I mean,
for not
absolutely.
telling
It's.
him.
I mean, I consider her to be like fully in the right. This is like supposed to
Yeah.
be that. This was not a like. This is her fuck up, and how she
Yeah.
handled it. It's like still
Yeah.
quite like bad.
Yes. So he's not upset to the point where he like despises her or anything, but he's definitely like the you need to listen to your own advice kind of right now.
Okay.
We'll probably have
Okay.
a talk later, but I didn't want to take up everyone's time, so.
Okay. Okay, so if that the goal of like showing that people are flawed in that case. Okay, so I'm cool with that. Now, I've mostly because you brought the idea of getting that journal to the elder. I want people to make choices like most informed choices, so I need to very specifically ask and like reiterate, JP Sasa. That's true. I said that like the journal you saw, like it was written in Sylvan. However, I vaguely recall, and if not, I'm gonna do a small retcon that when you were like checking the journal, that's when the the entire fuck up with the crystal, the tree, and the fallen happened. So I want to like confirm with Sasa, like after everything's said and done, after the dust settled, would she like check every page just to make sure that hey, there's nothing written in here that I wouldn't be able to read myself?
Oh, okay. Yes, she will. So the way I understood it, which is probably my fault, because now that you said it, I'm like, oh wait, I'm dumb. The way I understood it is that I could understand part of it, and I read part of it, but near the end, it wasn't Sylvan, and I couldn't understand anything. Right?
Okay, so yeah, it's also probably my fault because
Uh-huh.
miscommunication, or like I sometimes say things meaning like I want my intent is one but I lack the word. So yeah, essentially, uh, so yeah, what I'm getting that you probably would have like checked everything to make sure that maybe there are parts that you can read.
Yeah.
So what you will get, the idea is that you will be getting this weird sensation that at first that you are like missing something. Sometimes that when you're reading a boring book or like for studying and you're like flipping through the pages and you're like, wait, have I read the last 2 pages at all?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you'll be getting that sensation, and then you would be like, hold on. And you would get a feeling looking at the book that it almost feels like there are like more pages that you have actually been able to flip through, despite the fact that the contents and the scope of this very old book, the Sylvan, like something starts not adding up. It's not like full non-Euclidean, like weird geometry fucky things.
Yeah.
But it gives you like weird sensation.
Like I'm not reading all of it, kind of thing.
Yes. That's the
Okay.
exact feeling. Would you still have been able trying to like identify what it is and like break through that feeling and confirm what that is, or would you leave it be for now?
If I had time, then yeah, I will probably try to understand what is going on.
Okay. Then that will definitely be a skill check, and I'm gonna say yeah, looking at this, actually, no, my apologies, it wouldn't be a skill check, it would be a saving throw.
That's worse.
That will be DC 15, and you can pick between intelligence, wisdom, or charisma.
Okay, intelligence, definitely. Please.
DC 15.
Yes. 24.
All right. So what happens? And out of curiosity, would you be doing that completely in private, like no one else is around, or
Oh
would?
yeah, I wouldn't have my sister near me at all. Like I will have her like in a safe room, sleeping, and then I kind of sneak out and I try to read through this.
But there wouldn't be like no Veil, no other player characters.
No.
You're just doing this alone. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what happens is that through heavy concentration and understanding the principles, now that you like really focused on it, perhaps you maybe use some basic tools from Dull Gear's workshop, you're able to find a crack, to break through, to bypass that mental block that was occupying your mind as you were like trying to inspect this extremely ancient yet strangely well preserved journal slash diary. And then as you look upon the pages, your brain starts struggling to comprehend what it's reading. It's not like a language an immortal knows. You see shapes, perhaps letters, but everything starts feeling blurry, fuzzy, and so much painful. Like your brain, like almost like you are trying to hear or see a face of a godly eldritch being, and your mortal form cannot truly comprehend it. And yet, through your vast intellect, almost at the time when you start feeling at the edge of your consciousness or perception from the, well, I say shadows, but obviously every place is well lit and whatnot. But from the corners of your room, the whisper starts appearing, but nothing concrete, just gibberish or like or something like something like that. With the immense struggle, almost subconsciously, your brain recognizes the danger and snaps the book shut. And when you heavy breathing, you look at, let's just say for the purpose of the scene visage, you look at the nearby mirror. You see that from your nose there's a small trickle of blood.
Oh shit.
You do not take like any mechanical damage, but with that, you have learned that a portion of the old book, Old Journey, is essentially a cognito hazard, or mimetic hazard, however you want to call it.
Shit, this book an SCP.
Yeah, let's just say that this is the source of inspiration.
Oh my god. Okay.
The SCP is definitely an inspiration for this, and yeah, above the board, essentially on the oldest pages, what you have is essentially God speak. So tongue, like words written in tongue operated by like higher ascendant beings, which is a cognito hazard essentially.
Yeah, the mortals are gonna struggle to read this. Well, that's dangerous. I don't think I want to bring this to anyone anymore. Damn it.
Mind you, like it wasn't like you stumbled upon it. You like had to make an active, conscious effort to reach those pages, and it's not like the entire book is written in Godspeak. Like a large portion of it is still written in Sylvan.
Yeah.
Okay, But yeah,
Okay.
that was essentially that is like what's happening before, like in
Yeah, we were
between,
gonna go.
like the
Mhm.
scenes, and definitely before what is happening right this point in time.
Yes.
Because the entire party, after last we left you guys off, you had an idea to reach the elder and perhaps ask him for help, knowing that he wasn't seen for quite a while, and actually only one character, in character, Silas, knew that essentially the custodian there, and like essentially announced himself as acting um, intern, like like not acting president, acting elder, acting city chief. And as you were approaching the elder's house, you would start hearing commotion, people shouting angrily, and you will see a small crowd forming near the entrance to the elder's hut on one side, and then a heavy guard presence on the other, with tension being quite thick. And let me just FYI, I know the map is not the ideal representation. Let me put your tokens on the map. The map is not the ideal representation of what I had in mind, but you can imagine like the hut itself is like hidden beneath the tree's canopy, because it is supposed to be very big.
It makes sense. Oh, this is a cool map.
Nice.
And just
I
not
really don't like the track that's playing right now. Oh shit.
yeah,
That
just
means
not to like shit too many tokens on a map. Like I think like numerical, it's like very close to what I've like been throwing numbers, but yeah. Obviously, it's not like half the city came here. No, it's like, as I said, like few dozen of people, like civilians, loudly protesting, and now that we are getting closer, like loudly demanding to see the elder, to like explain what is going on, to like assuage their fears. Because again, last session I mentioned that one of the branches of the tree was like petrified wood, like blackened wood essentially. Yeah, sadly the light effects do not allow like good like dark effect, so like this is the like alternative.
Yeah, so that's a branch that is like fucky.
Yeah, like it's counterintuitive, but yeah, it's what I
gets the point.
yeah, what I had to do. For now, as you're like approaching on this pathway, no one is really paying you guys too much attention. Even as you pass by some odd commoner, like civilians standing back, they just like glance at you, but they do not do anything just yet. And I'm gonna unpause the game.
Well, I'm gonna go up, and then I'm gonna see my fucking boy, and I'm gonna make a beeline because I know that guy, and I haven't spoken to him in a while. Hey, what's up? He'll walk up, and he'll sort of like sort of. I imagine him like quietly being like, excuse me, pardon me," like moving through people, and then being
Hey,
like,
what are you?
"Hey, it's good to see you again."
Yeah, it's good to see you too, but we have quite a situation, you know.
Yeah, you know what's going on? Have they told you anything? I know like why we're here, but have they told you anything else?
I mean the custodian said the elder is not to be disrupted, so I mean I trust that he knows what he's doing. Some of the because like not that far afar, and he's not like really like whispering. So some of the civilians on the opposite side like throwing their hands like, "The hell he knows! We demand answers! Like, what are you? Have you seen that tree? What had happened with this? We need to seal the elder."
Bill just sort of like concerned looks at all the civilians and he's like, well, good luck out there.
As Vale is doing that with Rolf, I see Pastor and Silas are like in the back. You two guys are doing anything specific?
I think that Pastor is just trying to figure out the best way to get everyone to just leave.
Mm.
Crowds do not make for good meetings.
No, you don't. You see that some of the civilians, they are armed, not in like swords, but clubs,
Yeah.
daggers. They do not hold weapon in hands just yet. But the atmosphere is definitely tense, and it doesn't look to be calming down on its own.
Do we know if any of like the leaders of the guard or anything are coming here to speak with the elder? Or is this just in response to that and they're not taking any other action other than placing guards?
That was Warhammer's system. It would be like a gossip check, but in this case, I'd say probably along the way as you came to this place, either insight wouldn't work, but probably perception to just like to see if you like heard anything along the way.
Yeah. That roll with advantage? It did not, but I'll roll it in.
Yeah, that would be based on hearing, more or
Yeah,
less.
That's
14. 14.
If others want to make that perception check as well, they are free to do so.
I shall.
Sure.
Mhm.
Perception, my 0 to perception. Oh shit, that's an 20 perception.
Nice.
Someone was right next to you speaking about it.
I mean, technically, I'm like flying like 5 feet in the air, so.
So, just remind me, Kali, what we are specifically asking, like what the guard command is what's doing, what they are doing.
So I'm wondering if there's anyone coming here to speak to the elder about what's happening, or if they've just placed the guards here and that's it, and they're like, "All right, citizens, go away." Like, are they actually going to like speak to the elder as representatives of the people and try and get answers on that, or are they?
What Sasa was able to hear is that Custodian Siderin made a beeline towards the elder's hut as soon as the tension started rising, and probably like the rest of you, like through some mostly gossip and hearsay, that the rest of the like command authority figures, so Captain of the Guard, Tom Lastimosa, and Protector. How am I fucking out? Protector Sarif. They are busy on the walls. You do not believe the town is under attack right at this moment, but you do know that very recently, probably most likely as an effect of what happened at Sasa's home, and the portion of the tree being kind of fucked, that petrified wood, that perhaps acted as a short-time beacon to lure some of the mindless undead to the city, and that attack had to be repelled, and they are doing that duty.
Okay.
And actually, as we're like taking in the situation and starting with Sasa, she would notice that at the entrance from the very inside, there is like a faint rainbowish, like prismatic glow. And while well, I didn't put like any effects on the map that would like sell it properly. The hut itself, the entrance, they look pretty fortified, but fortified in a way that a druid, like nature magic person, would make it. So like not barbed wire, but vines.
Like roots and thorns.
Yeah, roots, vines,
Okay.
like stuff like that. Yes.
All right, Sasa, how do you tell everybody this knowledge that you have?
So what I'm gathering is that everything seems fucky, but it looks like the druid's magic is still there. Is that what I'm getting? Or did I understood that incorrectly?
I mean, yeah, the druid magic's definitely there. But the main question was that is there anyone like any authority figure? So we would know that you heard that custodian made a beeline straight here, but no other authority figure. So no captain of the guard, no protector is here because they are dealing with protecting the walls of the city.
The walls. Damn. I think I will go. Well, I will signal the bell like back out, and I'm gonna go like back here, where there are not like too many people, like such a spot. And I will just like tell everyone like what I found. Like they're saying the custodians are in the house, and it looks like there's still like dread magic in there, but I don't really know what's going on.
Custodian. There's only one custodian, Siderin.
Yeah.
The guy that, well, you do not like him very much.
Yeah, that does not like me at all either.
One last note. Silas, because you're also like partial. I mean, you're a bard paladin, but so partial, you have some magic in you. You do not feel it that strongly, but looking at this situation, despite everything, your character, for whatever reason, there's this like weird tag on your soul or maybe emotion, but you cannot really. So this is because it's like very almost unnoticeable. However, Pastor, that tag, that's something like is pulling on your soul, on your magic, it feels stronger.
Understood.
And despite yourself, there's almost like some inexplicable irritation is slowly rising to the surface. This is a place of light, and these people demand what? That's the general feel of it. I do not want to like say what do you feel exactly, but there's something like extra other influence coming in.
Okay. To deal with these people quickly.
Vale's gonna nod to you when you say that,
Yes,
and he's
that's-
gonna sort of scan the crowd. Oh, what
Okay. You are casting this on yourself.
Oh yeah. So I'm just gonna use the spell slot for that.
I'm not sure. Do you have like voice mod on? Because you sound very differently.
Yeah.
I had to press my best button.
Let me turn down.
Yeah.
Okay. So, on one hand, you are not blinded, deafened, paralyzed, and poisoned. On the other, you're using a resource, and I want that resource usage to be like actually still do something. So,
I mean, me learning it doesn't work
as
means something.
but it's still like I don't want to be the DM that says, "Oh, you do something, and that doesn't work. Fuck you." Like, I don't want to be that guy.
No, if it doesn't do anything, then it doesn't do anything. It's just, it's if my character feels like something's weird going on, they would try to heal themselves. If nothing happens, then they're probably like, "Oh, time to look into that."
Yes. So as you, actually, yeah. So you cast this mechanically. This doesn't like do anything because like you are not blinded, deaf, and paralyzed or poisoned. This is like a poison thing, and you're eliminating that aspect. That is not your body being funky. The mental soul aspect becomes a strong possibility. And actually, Silas, you can definitely roll me. And if the others also want to focus on that, they can also do that. Would you actually be trying to gouge, maybe not the crowds, but like the guard at all?
No, this is if this feeling just happened, then it's completely they're focused on themselves to the point that they're ignoring most things around them. I mean, there's literally like 10 feet still behind Sasa.
Okay.
Pastor. Bell's gonna sort of put his hand on Pastor's shoulder and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna try and speak to the crowd and get them to disperse. Do you have anything that could help? I don't know."
What are you looking for in a more specific sense?
Do you have anything that could help me in front of a crowd, like persuasion? Out of character, he's asking if you have like guidance, enhance ability, anything like that would help him with speaking. He's
Don't
not
make
very.
me bigger.
I
Please
do,
don't.
in fact.
Please don't. Don't make me big.
I'm sure a big werewolf will help disperse the crowd, huh?
Thank you. He's gonna nod and thanks. And he's going to sort of shimmy past the crowd. And I assume these guards kind of know him because he is of the Night Watch and has fought alongside them before, so he's gonna come here and he's gonna cast Thaumaturgy because he's a tiefling.
Alright. As you are coming closer, you can definitely make an insight check.
I shall do so. I don't know why it just popped out. Oh, there we go. Only 11.
Okay, so with an 11, you cannot put your tongue on it, but there's... They recognize you, they do not attack you, but instead of like the role of like saying, hey, like, you know, having a discussion, they seem very focused. Like if they say anything, there's mostly like grunts, and probably it's mostly like play on the light sources. But you could swear for a moment, or maybe this was like your imagination, that there was like a gleam in their eyes and on their weapons, despite the fact that people don't really have like magical weapons. It's not like a common thing. But you like check it off. You have more other pressing matters, and they do not attack you. They allow you to take the line. And as you are beginning to speak, like some of the commoners or the civilians like start looking at Vale towards like the back at the others. Like, we have waited enough. Either you let us in or we make our way in. Vale, you have the floor.
As much as it may seem like it, violence will not solve the problem that our city is currently undergoing. Our investigation is currently underway and we are working towards solving this issue. but making a mob and trying to storm our elders. Oh my god.
What?
Sorry, I'm in a dual office. There's a person behind me playing Overwatch.
Ah, okay. It's fine.
Um, he'll just say, yeah, that violence will not solve anything, and that rushing the elder's house will definitely not, in his old age, be a good idea.
Okay, before you roll, is there anything anyone does else to perhaps assist Vale in his diplomatic efforts?
Oh, yeah.
Pastor,
Sorry. You go.
Pastor was about to make mention of the fact that the Elder is the one that protects this tree, and that without them, the tree is unguarded. From similar attacks like this.
Side note, because I'm glad you make that connection. You see how the tree is, well, affected by what happened. You wonder if perhaps Elder was affected in a similar way.
The druid is generally connected to their tree by life, so I would assume as much.
Oh, look, a potential subplot for Vale becoming a druid. Who would have thought?
Okay, so you are like, Pastor, what I'm getting is that essentially he's applying like logic, like supplying more arguments to like storming the house will not
We gotta
solve the situation.
appeal to pathos, egos, and logos.
Alright.
Wait. I don't. Wait.
Do you not know what that is?
I know a bit. I just don't know how to translate this. Okay, so I know like logos and pathos are like feelings and logic, right? The fuck is ethos?
Oh, that's credibility.
Yeah,
Sure.
like reliability and ego.
Oh, okay.
So that
Think?
would probably be attained by us being in the Night Watch.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, then I'll join in, and I will say, yeah, not only just storming and that potentially damaging the tree is gonna make things worse, but as the Night Watch, we are trying everything we can to help. Not only are we defending you right now on the walls of the city, but we're also trying to assert what is going on with the tree. So please, let us do what we already do to try to protect you.
Alright. And because those D2 on silences, I was like Forrest Gump box of chocolates, you never know what you're gonna get when you open it. Silence doing like anything? Because I need to ask what that one means.
Sasa literally told us that the tree has life, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like pure life energy.
Okay, this is gonna be awkward. But he's gonna go to the nearest guard and be like, "Hey, from what I can hear, tree's still alive. Take it up with her," and then points directly at Sasa, the south side. Can I do a persuasion check to convince them?
No.
Okay. I wanted to.
I'm not as good as persuasion.
Okay, so okay, I'm gonna say like I'm not gonna claim like a static DC. Essentially, how good you make the roll, like it will see how many you will affect.
Okay.
That's the way I think I'm probably gonna do.
Mhm.
Okay.
Nice.
And also, as a DM, I wanted to like, did you cut the fact that at first no one really seemed to like know you guys like paid you much attention? So
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like, so for example, JP, like Sasa might not like Siderin, but I hope you caught the fact that Siderin didn't really throw you guys under the bus in this situation.
Yeah, I appreciated it.
Yeah.
And he could have, he very well could have.
Yeah.
Or
That's what I got. That's why I like stepped up when I was like saying stuff and no one attacked me, I was like, oh, okay, guess they don't know yet. Guess I'll
But-
join in.
But guess who you might. How's that gonna change? So, the people around Silas, I'm gonna say with that result, with freaking 25,
This is ominous, and I don't like this.
hold on.
Oh boy.
So,
Well,
these-
Heard
thank
the
God
crowd,
you can fly.
everyone.
Get the fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
So
that's what I was thinking. Thank God I can just go up in the sky, huh?
so they're like,
True.
they stop chanting. They turn around, looking partially at you and partially at Sasa. Wait, what did you say?
Oh, what I've heard, the tree's still alive. Nothing to worry about. Told me. Points.
Hold on, that's gonna be.
Rest in peace. Public enemy number 1.
Oh my god.
So you and some of them start like pointing fingers at Sasa. You are responsible for this, and they like start pointing between Sasa and the petrified branch of the wood. They do not approach yet. They do not pull their weapons, but Sasa suddenly feels like this very like
All their attention's on me now.
glare. Yeah, but like essentially like yeah, this is happening at the same time like were doing your speech. So let's tackle the diplomacy role. So due to all the actions you did, Veil. However, this is a mob, and sadly we know how mobs really work, and when they get going, it's like hard to appease to like collective intelligence. However, this is a fantasy world. So with your abilities, it's gonna be a hard check. So it's gonna be DC 20 diplomacy or persuasion. I always mix it up. How it works.
Okay.
However, with the assist, this is gonna have an advantage.
Okay.
And I have guidance. And I have proficiency.
And worst case scenario, I can fly away.
And let me roll my once more for my advantage. So 14 plus, what did my D4 get? A 4?
4.
I got a freaking 19, dude.
Grinch.
Oh, wait, no, your second roll doesn't have the guidance.
Yeah, but it's like the first roll got a 4 on the guidance if you click on it and look.
Oh, okay, so the second
Yeah.
one's 18 then.
Yeah, so the second one will be 18.
So that's one shot.
Prize. Prize. Well, we tried.
All right.
I did my best.
You see,
Sad.
Before anything else happens, I am going to summon my little healing ball on my hand. I'm gonna put it on my shoulder. That's it.
Okay.
I'm just saying, putting it out there.
Okay, you see that I'm gonna say it's like near miss. So some of the like some at the front, they do not back off fully, but they really seem to listen. Vale seems in the back that there's some attention has definitely started pivoting towards Sasa, and I doubt Vale would have heard what Silas did because, well, he was occupied with, doing.
Yeah, I was
that
speaking
stuff.
thaumaturgy, which is very loud, so I wouldn't have heard it.
However, the current situation is that while not the entire group, there are still some that are looking very angry. They do not seem to back off. So before it comes to blows, if anyone wants to use perhaps try magical means of containing the situation, now's the last chance to do so.
Me thinking I literally just have like fighting spells. I don't have anything. But what I do have right now is trying to talk again. Okay.
Same.
So, will I get the chance to say something else before they try hitting me with their sticks?
Uh, yes. However, like this talking action, uh, like would be more focused on the group that is now seemingly like focusing their hostile intent
Yeah.
on you. And I'm gonna say, because you're an artificer, but you still have some kind of like magical abilities, essentially. Although it's like kind of like weird, but now that this happened, you also feel this weird tug at the you do not know if you can call it a soul or something. Um, like you did so much for this city to serve the light, to serve the night watch, and not even you, but one mistake happens and they treat you as the enemy. How dare they? And again, not saying how your character feels, just know that this is this like voiced outside element influence that echoes within your subconsciousness.
Okay.
I
Oh,
channel divinity.
All right.
channel DPPD.
To do Radiance of the Dawn.
Okay. What would be the intended effect?
Basically to forcibly grab the attention of the commoners, that they are at least pausing for a moment.
Okay. As you are gathering your power,
I'll put Radiance of the Dawn and get.
as you're like, God, on one hand, I'm very happy this happened. As you're gathering your power, the mana begins to flow through your circuits and you start channeling divinity. That tug on your soul, the connection to your power becomes more palpable, almost angry. How dare these commoners, these plebeians, raise their hands against the light and their faithful servants? How dare they demand anything?
Oh wait. The light is angry again.
Please give me. Hold on, I need to like look at this ability. This will be a wisdom saving throw. Before you roll, I need to like decide on the DC. The ability is still gonna, or rather something is still gonna go through.
I've already made the light red.
Yes. Alright. You are trying to focus the idea of everything. Let's see. Plus
Do a quick check.
Alright. So this.
Oh, that's 30 feet.
You can do this. Hold on.
Yeah, I believe there are some templates you can.
Oh,
place.
nice.
Yeah.
That's very helpful.
Alright. Yeah, okay. So this will be a wisdom saving throw DC of. Okay, let's go with DC of 13.
13? Hey, I make it.
Oh my god.
I think that's the first time I made it.
Alright. So this is what happens. As the light emanates, as you channel this power, it goes through as intended, despite the fact that for a brief moment you feel imaginary hotness, almost like like something capable of melting metal, coursing through your very circuits. And on the outside world, like not even a second passes, but for a brief mental moment, you, Pastor, find yourself seeing a different visage, a different place.
The robot is
Oh.
hallucinating again.
You
Oh.
find yourself.
I cannot see.
I cannot see anything.
wait.
We
What?
cannot see. It is
I
dark.
don't have a token.
Hold
This
on.
Token
music is
vision.
so ominous
Each
though. This
lightning,
music is scary.
token vision, no. Save changes, now?
We
Ah.
see. We do be
Whoa.
seen. That's ominous.
Hold on, I
Oh
need to like
boy.
lower this sound.
I knew something would happen the second I tried channeling my divinity. In
Actually,
any sort of sense.
spoiler, if you tried casting anything like higher
Oh.
than cantrip, this was gonna happen. I'm glad you
Fine.
cut on the hints I gave, like, the tagging on your soul and whatnot.
Yeah.
The light doesn't like this. So you find
figured
yourself.
The best way to do that is to directly ask the light for power.
Yes. So you find yourself in a different place. A place, to your surprise, that you recognize. Your home. Your city. And you see that a portion of it, one of the lower district, the one that was holding many refugees, the lowest of classes, slaves, beggars, people that didn't have anywhere else to go, and yet they found their place in the city. They are being burned along their shackles, their slums, their homes, and throughout the cacophony of screams, people being burned alive, the smell of ashes flowing through the air, you hear heavy metallic footsteps, and throughout the smoke you see several metal men emerging from the smokes, looking similar to your construction because they are like the same as you. They are warforged, but they are of heavier duty, and their paintings, their visage is absolutely menacing. Their expressionless faces, the glimmer of reddish orange hue light glowing in their sockets as they raise their hands, and you realize that you are not there as yourself, but you are seeing the scene from a perspective of someone that is just about to be burned. And you see the logo of the Molten Sturm Battalion, the cleansing unit, the purifiers of the city. They raise their hands, and from them all kinds of mundane or magical flamethrowers, searing flame, they unleash this wave of purification on those who are unworthy, unclean, and undeserving of the light. This anger, this indignation washes over you as the magical energies try to seemingly being wrestled from you, but you hold on. Your power is your own, and the channel divinity goes through as as intended. And you see, yeah, go ahead.
The light will get longer. We're slowly fading back to blue.
So with Pastor using that, because if I get it right, you basically use that resource to essentially buy time and like turn the attention of others on yourself.
Yes.
Alright.
Basically to pull their attention away from the tree and whatever it is they're doing.
Alright. Then with that, you see that definitely a vast majority of the crowds with awe and some confusion, indignation, like unsureness, what is going on, what are you planning? They stopped chanting, whipped, like turned to you. Even those that were just a moment ago focused on like glaring at Sasa with hostile intent. And essentially, yeah, using this resource is a good enabler that if people want to try talking again, they very well may do so.
Okay. Then using this time.
So yeah, I'm gonna say like yeah, will also be with this being expanded. I'm gonna say because I'm also gonna imagine that again, like Veil, Sasa, you probably combine your efforts. Like basically, you guys are assisting each other, mechanically speaking. So I'm gonna say that mechanically this would be again diplomacy like persuasion. I'm gonna lower the DC to 15, and it's still gonna be advantage.
Okay. Well, you have better charisma, right?
I have
Or
a
do-
full +3 to persuasion.
Oh my God, I have a +1, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay, what do we?
Okay, I was just gonna say, because Sasa, what she's gonna say is that she's gonna say, yes, the tree still lives, and is the only thing besides the walls keeping us away from the shadows. If you don't move and stop attacking the tree, we cannot defend you. You cannot defend yourself, and we all need the tree.
If the tree is removed, what will you rely on? Soul crystals, a limited resource in caves and mines that we do not know how many are left. If they are depleted, we have nothing but this tree. And you are threatening it.
Alright. So yeah, basically whoever wants to make that one roll gets like, you know, DC 15 and gets an advantage. Whoever wants to make the persuasion check.
So, were you gonna say anything else, or should
I don't know what to say.
Okay,
I mean-
faster, do it.
I mean, again, like
Faster.
it's
faster.
sometimes like I'm fine with like players saying that my character would say something like appropriate of the situation, but I as a player do not have an idea what. I'm fine with that as well.
I think it's kind of one of those things where, like, because there's sort of like this commotion, it might be hard to hear. So Vale could just repeat what they say, but with thaumaturgy,
Okay.
and just have it so everyone can hear it very clearly.
Still, if you like
That would
want
be
to like optimize and like let the person with the highest bonus to roll, that's also perfectly fine.
Basically, not me.
Yeah, then it's Bale.
How do I roll with advantage again? Because I tried it twice with shift click and it didn't work. Is it control click?
I mean, I just,
Eh?
I don't know. I just click and it gives me an option to roll normally or with advantage.
It doesn't for me. It just fucking
That's so
rolls it. Which I don't like. Hehe, 11.
Oh god.
That's perception.
Yeah.
That's not persuasion.
Oh wait, I'm dumb.
Yeah,
Yes.
make perception. Make perception.
That still
Cool.
sucks.
Cool.
Oh god. Mm. Fuck.
Yep.
Woo!
We did it,
Time to
everyone.
play dispersal.
Hold on, let me think about this, because technically the check failed, yes. But I'm also a fan of a concept of falling forwards. just after your words, trying to appease the crowd, and before the shock and awe effect of the channel infinity wears off, the veins part ways slightly, and from inside the hat you will see Zodian stepping out, looking. Actually, as he's stepping out, if you guys want, you can make a insight check, like gauge
Yes.
how he looks and feels.
All my rolls are shit today.
Hey, 16.
15.
All right. So with a 16 and a 15, you see that Siderin is obviously focused. He gazes at the situation in front of him, but you manage to catch a glimpse of not panic, but definitely stress flashing in his eyes, as this is like a first true test of his leadership at his essentially being in a position of acting as a elder in the elder's place. And you know that someone being put under pressure, they sometimes, when they have to make snap decisions, they might make decisions that they will later regret. However, as a additional information of that 16, while you do not see the same glimmer in Siderin's eyes, Sasa as well, but Pastor definitely first, sees that glimmer of light in the guardsman's eyes, and if what he feels, maybe he's not the only one that's feeling it, in terms of being influenced.
So he's also feeling what we felt.
Okay, above the board
Like,
information,
oh,
because
yeah.
I'm